The courtroom had witnessed thousands of unbelievable excuses over the years, people blaming ghosts for property damage, neighbors accusing each other of mind control, litigants bringing psychics as witnesses. But nothing in Judge Judy's entire career prepared the courtroom for what Karen Mitchell calmly said next. "Your Honor, my 8-month-old baby witnessed everything and can testify." The entire courtroom froze. Judge Judy's pen stopped moving mid-sentence. The bailiff looked stunned. Even the court stenographer paused typing. And standing there with complete confidence was Karen Mitchell, clutching her infant daughter like she had just delivered the most powerful evidence in the case. At first, this seemed like a simple small claims dispute. Karen was suing her apartment neighbor, Jessica Martinez, for allegedly allowing her tiny Yorkie dog to damage an expensive designer stroller and emotionally traumatize her infant daughter. But within minutes, Judge Judy realized this case wasn't about a stroller. It wasn't even about a dog. It was about something much darker, something dangerous. And before the hearing ended, Child Protective Services would be waiting outside the courtroom doors. Before we get into this shocking courtroom moment, subscribe for more emotional courtroom stories, viral Judge Judy cases, and unbelievable real-life moments where truth changes everything. Now let's begin. 38-year-old Karen Mitchell described herself as a full-time mother and social media influencer. But behind the carefully filtered online photos was a woman quietly slipping further and further away from reality. Karen spent most of her time posting about her daughter Sophia, whom she called Sophie the Genius Baby. According to Karen, her 8-month-old daughter wasn't normal. She was advanced, gifted, different from other babies. Karen claimed Sophie could understand complex emotions, communicate in meaningful ways, and process information far beyond her age. At first, neighbors thought it was harmless bragging, but slowly, things became unsettling. Karen had already filed over a dozen complaints against neighbors in just a few months, noise complaints no one else heard, harassment claims unsupported by security footage, arguments over parking spaces that didn't belong to her. She had also been removed from multiple parenting groups online after spreading bizarre medical theories and insisting that pediatricians were hiding the truth about advanced infant intelligence. Meanwhile, Jessica Martinez, the defendant, was the complete opposite, a hard-working ICU nurse, yet responsible, exhausted from working long hospital shifts. Her tiny Yorkie named Buttons was known throughout the apartment complex as a sweet therapy dog that mostly slept all day. According to Jessica, the entire lawsuit started after she politely asked Karen to stop blocking the apartment entrance with her oversized stroller. Karen took it personally, very personally, and 1 week later, Jessica found herself dragged into court. The moment Karen entered Judge Judy's courtroom, she carried herself like someone preparing for battle, donner diaper bag, perfect makeup, carefully rehearsed expressions. She genuinely believed this hearing would make her famous online. She thought she would expose her neighbor publicly and prove to the world how special her daughter truly was. But Judge Judy noticed something immediately. Karen's behavior didn't feel dramatic. It felt disconnected from reality. As the hearing began, Karen launched into an emotional speech about how Jessica's dangerous dog attacked her stroller and traumatized baby Sophie. But instead of focusing on facts, Karen kept drifting into bizarre claims about her daughter's extraordinary intelligence. Judge Judy interrupted calmly. "Ms. Mitchell, tell me exactly what happened." Then came the moment that changed everything. Karen smiled confidently and announced she had an eyewitness. Judge Judy expected another tenant, maybe a neighbor, instead. Karen lifted her baby slightly higher and proudly declared, "My daughter witnessed the entire attack and told me exactly what happened." The courtroom exploded in confusion. Judge Judy stared at her silently. "Your daughter is 8 months old?" Judge Judy asked carefully. Karen nodded proudly. But according to Karen, Sophie wasn't ordinary. She claimed the baby spoke in full sentences privately at home, described emotions, shared observations, even discussed preferences for food and daily events. Then Karen pulled out a journal. Inside were pages and pages of conversations. She claimed her infant daughter had spoken to her. According to Karen, the baby told her things like, "The bad doggy scared me, Mommy. She made loud noises. I was terrified." The courtroom sat in horrified silence. Judge Judy slowly flipped through the journal, realizing this was no longer entertainment. This was a mental health crisis unfolding live on national television. Karen continued insisting doctors, didn't understand gifted children. She claimed pediatricians were suppressing the truth about advanced babies, and she admitted she trusted online parenting forums more than actual medical experts. That was the moment Judge Judy stopped treating the case like a normal lawsuit because she realized something terrifying. Karen genuinely believed all of this. She wasn't lying for money. She wasn't faking drama for television. She truly believed her 8-month-old infant could hold conversations. Judge Judy leaned forward carefully. Then she said the words that stunned the courtroom. Ms. Mitchell, your baby cannot speak in complete sentences. What you're describing is medically impossible. Karen immediately became defensive. Emotional, angry, she insisted nobody understood her daughter except her. She accused everyone of attacking her for being different. And then Judge Judy made one of the most controversial decisions in television courtroom history. She ordered an immediate psychiatric evaluation. Right there in court, the courtroom gasped. Karen broke down crying, but Judge Judy wasn't finished. She also announced that Child Protective Services had already been contacted before the hearing even started. A social worker was waiting outside the courtroom because, after reviewing Karen's paperwork beforehand, Judge Judy suspected something was seriously wrong. Karen begged the court not to take her baby, but Judge Judy calmly explained this wasn't punishment, it was intervention. You are disconnected from reality, Judge Judy told her carefully, and your daughter's safety matters more than your feelings right now. The courtroom fell silent. Even Jessica Martinez looked emotional, because suddenly everyone realized this wasn't about entitlement anymore. It was about a mother suffering from a severe mental health crisis while caring for an infant child. Karen was gently escorted from the courtroom by a psychologist and social worker while still crying and insisting her daughter could talk. The episode became one of the most controversial courtroom moments in television history. Millions debated whether Judge Judy went too far, but 30 days later, the truth emerged. Karen was officially diagnosed with severe postpartum psychosis with delusional features. After intensive treatment, therapy, and medication, she slowly began reconnecting with reality. Months later, Karen publicly apologized to Jessica Martinez and later became an advocate for postpartum mental health awareness, because sometimes justice isn't about humiliation. Sometimes it's about recognizing when someone is sick enough to believe their delusions are real and having the courage to intervene before tragedy happens.